I gotta get my microphone over here. Can you hear me all right, Sue?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Okay, we are live. Dun 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 dun. This is Sue.
Yeah,
This is Sue Greenwald here with Awakened Stories, and I'm here with the one, the only, the original John F. Kennedy Jr. Hey, John, how are you?
I'm doing awesome, Sue. Every time
Awesome,
you
awesome.
message me and say, let's do something, I'm like, yeah, it makes my whole day. I get do a live with you and I get to read all the comments and all the love and then all the hate and everything else. But it's wonderful because we're getting the story out.
Story's getting out. It's very exciting. Very exciting. Up, I'm trying to turn my phone on, but sorry. But at least I'm able to see it today. That's a first for a long time. As we've talked about in the past, we've been so censored. And a lot of times we're unable to log into Zoom. We have trouble with the lines. They take the videos down, they corrupt the videos, blah, 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 blah. They take the book down, whatever it might be. So it's very nice that we're on today. Yay! So
Yeah,
I
and
yeah, and you're doing a Facebook Live at the same time, right?
yeah, actually, folks, on Facebook, I am live with beautiful Sue Greenwald on Awakened Stories. She's on YouTube, Sue Greenwald, Awakened Stories. So you can go
Yay.
there and you can see both of us.
Yay. Yay.
You're on my on Facebook. You're on my phone right now. We hit 45,000 followers last night. We're up to 45.5 now.
Awesome.
Let's keep getting 1,000 followers a day so we can have a platform or we can expose the truth that our government doesn't
Yeah.
want you to know.
Yep.
And that's coming from the son of an assassinated president. I'm sharing the real files. They didn't release the real files, people. They lied to you again. And we're here, we're exposing the real files of what really happened, the takeover of the United States government. They want a communist country. They want to be the rulers, and that's the rich, the oligarchs, the big wigs, the Donald Trumps, and the Elon Musk, and they all are part of the takeover of us. We're the big prize to them. So they don't want the story out. They don't want the truth out. They don't want the Epstein files out because the Epstein files are bigger than you think they are. They're huge. My files are way big. I'm exposing what they actually did all the way up to pre-planned first-degree murder. You know, they did that to my father. Everybody's seen it a million times. And if you hear the story, your father's still alive, like people have tried to tell me. No, my father was murdered by our government. If they can throw out the spin that he's still alive, then murder's not murder, people. Let that sink in. They love to spin things. My father would be 100 and something years old. My father was in bad health. When I was a little kid, my job was to get a pillow. And wherever my father was going to sit, I would grab that pillow, run over it, and put it in his chair for him to sit down because he had a bad back. I also believe he had diabetes. But anyway, yeah, that was my job. That's what one of the things they taught me that I still remember. But it's thin, people. It's lies, it's deception, it's a big cult. I'm very familiar with cults, how they work. And the people we have in government right now are, they're afraid to talk. They're afraid to tell you the truth. Same like Hollywood, because they will be unalive. And with that said, they get followers when they're children, just like this, just like my doll. Um, that's what the Epstein files are all about, them getting the children, them molesting the children, them bringing them into their family, their cult, and brainwashing them. A lot of times, anyway, we can go on about that, but yeah, it's 100% organized crime, satanic cult at the top, all for them, none for us. Sometimes I get rambling, so I
No,
apologize.
you know what? That's fine. And you do this so often, it's almost like it just rolls off. That's fine. That's
Yeah, I have done this thousands of times, thousands of videos. I've had to repeat myself thousands of times. The best way to hear my story so I don't have to repeat it 1,000 more is get the book, see the videos, go to my website,
yeah.
the real John F. Kennedy Jr.com.
Right.
Go see the beautiful documentary, um, the Quiet Journey.tv. Some people, donated that and their time and their money and their efforts to get the truth out to the world. And it is so very, very much appreciated. I see a lot of lions on here. Thank you so much on Facebook. Once again, we're live on YouTube with Sue Greenwald's Awakened Stories. Please subscribe to her channel. And while I'm thinking about it, I just subscribed to Lanny Lewis. Lanny Lewis is over there in Australia. She's a mom. She's a hardworking mom. She was sick last week, had to go to the hospital. She makes the best videos. She shares videos. She's got a job. So making videos, sharing my story is a side job. But I just saw on her channel, right on Facebook, you can subscribe. I subscribe with my PayPal card. It's 99 cents. With tax, it comes to $1.07 a month. Let's pay her back for all her hard work, just $1 a month. And if we can get her 1,000 people on there today, bless Lanny Lewis for all her hard work. Lanny Lewis's daughter came on to me on a chat. This was about 6 months ago, and she said, "My mom worked so hard for you. I wish you could pay her." And it's like, I can't pay her. I love her, but I don't. I'm poor myself. I don't have the resources to pay these. I wish I did. Lanny Lewis is going to go in the history books. This would be a good way to pay her for all her time, her effort, and her support for being a real patriot to the truth. So, Lanny Lewis, Facebook, go to see her video. She makes the best videos in the world sharing the truth. Follow her, subscribe to her channel, pay her $1.07 a month. It's you know, you can afford
Yeah.
it. When I was poor walking around town, I used to find change in the machines just so I'd have pocket money. And I could go to the thrift store with that dollar I found in the paper machine or the water machine or the soda machine, and I could buy something, a nice shirt at the thrift store for $1. It can be done, and it's a big, big help. So shout out to Lanny Lewis. Love you, sister. Love all you lions so very, very much.
She does an amazing job, as do so many other people that are helping. We've got people sharing graphics, memes, videos, covers of the books. We've got people go share it. Shannon's going to Dallas every weekend.
Oh, bless these people's heart. I see
Yeah,
them all on my phone over here
yeah,
because I'm on my phone on Facebook right now. And it's so many beautiful, beautiful people. You got Sweet Honesty in Canada. You got Linda. I don't know where Linda's from. And Paula sending her love. So many wonderful, beautiful people. And that's what it's all about. That
right.
I'm trying to share my story, to wake up. We need love. I have seen so much hate and the demons in people and the torture of what they do for money and the dollar. And I really did not know. I wanted to be a caveman, Sue. I really did when I was young. Suicide was on my mind every day. I wanted to be a caveman. I had been abused so much, and I was like, "Is this what world's all about?"
Mm.
And then I started sharing my story, and I found so much love. I really did. So I just want to tell you all on Facebook, I love you so very much for all you do. Sue, you're right in there with the Lions. I love you. I can't do this without you guys, and
Right.
we're going to make it happen. We're going to rewrite the history book. Somebody said I can't be. This was yesterday, and this was a comment on Facebook. I can't. And I see a Google lawsuit coming on this one here because somebody Googled, "Is David Quigley the real John Kennedy Jr.?" And Google came up and said, "No, his story's been debunked many times." So I see a lawsuit with me and Google in the future. When
Ooh,
they're spreading their lies about me, hindering me, and blocking my truthful story. I don't know what you call that, but
yeah,
it's sad that these big corporations are going out of their way to hinder us and
right,
block us.
right, right.
And my comment was, "And you believe Google?
Yeah,
Seriously?"
yeah. A lot of times we'll be going to do these videos and now, so to do it the way we're doing, I have to log into my Google accounts, log into Zoom, and then log into YouTube. And Google, I believe, owns YouTube. they won't let me log into any of those. Like they take them down, they hinder, it spins. So there's times I can't even do the videos I've got planned more
Yeah.
than once. It's not like it just happened randomly. It's not a technology issue, it's censorship. And of course, you know that they've taken down the new book that I wrote, basically compiling all the stuff that we've talked about. They've taken that off of Amazon. Okay, so we can't sell it there. But when I was writing, you know how sometimes you write something and it's a little awkward, it's not smoothly written. I put a couple of sentences or paragraphs through like two AI systems, and I got banned from both of them. Okay. So they do not want your story out. I got
Yeah, my
banned
story is the biggest
immediately.
story of the century. It
Yeah.
really, really is.
Yeah.
And I see Amy on there. Much love, Amy. Amy's the one that actually sent me my little doll. And I wanted one of my little dolls, but they were like $200 on eBay, a doll of me. And it's like I couldn't have my own doll. And bless Amy's heart, she sent me this doll. So me and Robin, we love you and your hubby so very much. You're awesome. Um, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
Mary Maxwell said the other day, you need to show your doll. I love it when Mary Maxwell gives me advice. I really do. She's so awesome. You know, she flew here, interviewed me, and then she's like, I got to write a book. So she wrote The Historian's Tale that's on Amazon. And we really need to get some books out,
Yeah. Yeah.
people. If you don't mind, I'll take a minute and share some books.
Please do. Yeah.
This is The Historian's Tale, The Amazing Return of President Kennedy's Son, right here. This one is on Amazon, people. Mary Maxwell wrote this, by the way. That's her on the back. A beautiful woman with a beautiful soul to help me get the truth out to the world. You know, a lot of people don't know me. A lot of people make comments, and once you meet me, you know I'm a cool dude. I am. Um, Kathleen Hamilton sent me this one. This is on Amazon right here. It's got a big lion on the front.
The voice of one who will not bend. Okay. And what
And
is this book
this one
about?
is on Amazon. From sheep to lion, the voice of one who would not bend. A lion. That's what a lion is. Somebody that knows the truth, stays with the truth, doesn't get you know, if they see something that's not right with the truth, they'll dig in that rabbit hole and they'll find
Yeah.
out why it's not truth before they come to be a hater. But anyway, this is a wonderful book. It's poetry. It's a great coffee table book. I don't know how much it is on Amazon, but you know, if you want a book and put it on your coffee table of a lion, check her out. Check her out. She sent it to me. Robin read some poetry. Awesome stuff. You know, Jackie wanted me to read poetry and all kind of that stuff when I was young. She taught me how to speed read and everything else. My mom, Jackie, was always putting big fat books in my hand and saying, go read these. I want you to tell me about them in the morning. She was kind of like my school teacher on Onassis' yacht and on the island. Um, and I kind of wasn't into that stuff. I'd rather go fishing. And then anyway, Jackie Goldman helped me write this, Stolen Identity. This is the first one. This broke the ice. Stolen Identity, unveiling the real John Kennedy Jr. People say, oh, you wrote this book just to make your $2. No, I wrote this book because there is no other way for me to get my story out to we the people. And it is huge. I'm saying you guys have been fucked and it's getting worse and worse. And your family isn't going to have a future. But if we can get a platform, if we can get the truth out, then we can do something. Somebody made a comment just a little while ago on my Facebook. You sit behind your computer and your phone, but you don't do anything. Well, it takes a while to do something. I'm building a platform of people that see the truth, that hear my story. I can't do it myself. I rely on the people to help get the story out. We need a platform. If I go to Dallas, if I go to Arlington, Virginia, I want to be able to get on my platform and say, hey, I'm in your city right now. Come talk to me. Come meet me. Come get an autograph or whatever. But we need to get the truth out to the people before we can make change. I don't want to be going to Dallas, standing by myself and saying, hey guys, come see me, come meet me, come give me a hug.
Yep.
And nobody shows up.
Yep.
Come on now.
Yep.
What can I do? I'm doing what I can do, with what I got. I can't put billboards up because I ain't got the funds. I'm doing what little I can do, putting stickers on my trailer and on my truck.
Yeah.
And this beautiful, beautiful thing that was donated with the camera and the microphone. We're moving ahead. It's not going that fast, but it's going.
It's going.
But this is Sue's new book right here. That's a picture of me and my father side by side. You can go to the real John F. Kennedy Jr.com and pre-order this. And Sue, when she gets her books, she's going to send me a bunch, and I'm going to autograph them, and I'm going to send them back to Sue. So hopefully, if you're new, or I could maybe mail them from here to whoever. But anyway, check this book out, and Amazon won't sell this, so we're going to have to do it, get the truth out ourselves. And Sue's willing to do all that hard work.
Yep.
And it's crazy. But yeah, the people on Facebook.
So the good thing about this book, all right, and I am biased, okay? I basically took all of our videos and kind of organized all the stories by topic into the chapters. It's a short book. It summarizes everything John said. It's not really new. It's in a summary version. So hopefully it will answer a lot of questions, but it's all in, as far as, now up to date. Like, I know that we'll have more content in the future, but they don't want the book out. So we will have them, and they're $30. We're doing pre-orders now, and the second I get them, I'll be sending them out. I'm ready to roll on that. Very excited.
And with that said, me and Sue have an agreement, and the funds that I get from selling all these books and signing all these copies, I'm going to put it in a savings account for the John F. Kennedy Jr. Healing Center. So it's there so we can rent a building, buy a building, get a building, start an office. I need an office so bad. I really do. I'm in my little trailer house here. Yep. It's a clutter fuck. It's, I need people that are willing to, maybe we can start paying secretaries to get the story. We're not being paid by no one. The Democrats aren't paying us. The Republicans aren't paying us. We're independent, getting the truth out. They don't, the media and everything else has been bought up, paid for, and they push the regime we have in office that is a criminal regime. Me and Sue both sell pendants. This is on my website right here. This has got me on the front, the pendant of stolen identity. And it's got the little frequency thing on the back. These were donated to me so I can make a buck. So if you want to support me, you can go to the website. And Sue sells some cool pendants also. I think they have fairies on them or dolphins or something like that.
Fairies on one side and a mermaid on the other.
A mermaid. But if you want to help Sue, because she's supporting me, she's spending all this time trying to get this, making videos, writing books. Go purchase one of her pendants, and they actually have the healing frequency. This is like a dog tag to me. And with my post-traumatic stress disorder, just having something like this, a gift that was given to me around my neck with my book on it, it makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm risking my life here, people. And having this around my neck, it's comforting, let's say. And I appreciate it. I've had the 1,000-yard stare my whole life. What is a 1,000-yard stare? That's when you're always looking beyond for that sniper on the roof, for the sniper in the window, in the tree, for something that's going to happen. You try to be aware of it before it happens so you can protect yourself. I've had to live that way my whole life because I have seen my father's assassination 1,000,000 times. over and over. It's in here. I've seen my mom's murder where she was shot 3 times and covered up by our government over and over every day. I've seen my sister's body sitting up against a baseball, beaten and bloody and unalive. When they told me I had to go, I've seen all this. So, yeah, I have stress disorder, but this helps. It really, really does. Because every day I walk out of the house, it's like I could be next. But I gotta be cautious. I want my story out. I want my story out to the world. But with that said, if you want to show your support, go to the website. You get one of these. You get a signed book while supplies last. You get some bumper stickers and some buttons and a thank you card from John Kennedy Jr. for your support, so we can keep on going. And that says the same with Sue's website. Go check her out. Get your um, what was it? A fairy and a mermaid?
Fairy
Robin's got one,
mermaid.
but yeah, and they're way cool. They
Yeah.
really are.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
I think you
yep.
got them in all the colors too, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yep. So that's just my little fun thing. So I'm just starting to get to the point where I need to support myself. I've been worried about everybody else, so that helps
Well,
me.
yeah,
But
we
that's
seems
not
like
why
we've
I'm
made
worried.
hundreds of videos, man,
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
get it out.
we have. Yeah. So the website is the real John F. Kennedy Jr.com. Okay. And we also have one, the real John F. Kennedy Jr. official.com. All right.
And Sue, maybe you can get I was tortured not to remember names. So when I was with the Hells Angels, I said sister, brother. We weren't allowed to say because there was always FBI or CIA listening on what was going on. So we always said sister. But anyway, if you can get the gal that did the websites to put your website on there, to say, so we have all of it together,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
would be awesome.
Yeah.
And maybe you should do that.
And Kimberly is with the source of love official.com. If you need graphics or an amazing website, she's been doing fabulous work. And so if you like John's website or mine even, and if you need one, you can contact her. It sounds like we're kind of like one of those home shopping networks at this point.
Yeah. I went to many, many churches, many churches, with the Quigleys. We had to have that image of the church
Yeah,
family
yeah,
but anyway, I even went to church in San Francisco where Reverend Jim Jones was. Y'all remember the Kool-Aid and all the deaths, and I know the story. I was there, but the Quigleys took us to San Francisco. We went there and we saw him speak. But what I was getting at is I always hated when they passed the plate around. Like stick it right in your face. Pay up. You came to service, now pay up. I don't want to seem like one of those guys because I never liked those guys for doing that.
yeah,
Um, you know, if they would have just put the plate on a table and said, "Hey, if you want to share some love, it's on the table over
yeah,
here." But passing it around, putting it in your plate where everybody can see you got to put $1 in when you don't have $1 or some change to make it sound like you're really putting a lot in the plate. But um, yeah, it all helps. I don't want to be a book salesman. I wish I could give them away. I really do. I wish I had the funds. I'd give all the books away
yeah.
just so people would wake up. I would sign them for free, but I would lose money. I've been giving them quite a few away myself, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, the churches actually track what each person donates. Like now they have computer programs that will track your donation. And so that to me feels like kind of extortion. Like you'll
they
go to
are
heaven if you
trying.
give us enough money, right?
They are trying to censor us so bad.
Yeah.
We can't have it, people.
Yeah.
We can't have the censorship. On the back of your driver's license, you got a little bar scan. They can scan it. Um, it's crazy.
Yeah.
If you want to do anything anymore, they want to know what you're doing, where your money's going. And I was at the smoke shop. I've been going there it's an Indian smoke shop. I've been going there for 10 years because, it's a little drive from here, but cigarettes are half price of what they are at Circle K or AMPM or whatever. So I take a little drive to the Indian reservation and I buy my cigarettes. The last 2 times I was there, I was just there a couple days ago, but they asked to scan my ID the first time in 10 years. Why? Because they, you know, it all goes into their system. They want to know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah.
And now they know, hey, John smokes the cheapest cigarettes he can buy. But it's in
Yeah.
their system now.
Yeah.
But they all want to know what we're doing. And we can't allow that to happen.
Right.
This country is for us to be free. And all these little things they take away from us. And God, I wish I was the president of the United States. I would outlaw the tax on marijuana. I would outlaw the tax on tobacco. I would I would make things free for the people like they should have been. You know, when they came here, and you know, they're in their wagons in the 1800s coming to California. You know, it was because they wanted to prosper and start farms, for, not for the government to put their hand out and say, "Oh, you want to grow tobacco? Well, you got to give us half of that money," and it's over half. I believe the tax on marijuana and cigarettes is over half without representation. It's crazy.
It
This
is
is
crazy.
crazy. We need
And
to abolish it all. Uh,
you know, a lot of times I'll tell somebody about what we talk about and they, or whatever, they look at me and they dismiss it without a single question. Okay. I'll say that I'm talking with you. I've written your book. Literally, there's no curiosity. And I think the reason for that is because they're so programmed by what they've been told by, you know, People magazine and the newscasters and the interviews and blah, 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 blah. They can't even entertain that they've been lied to. Do you know what I'm saying?
they're so lied to.
Crazy.
Everybody knows.
Crazy.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows our government's corrupt.
Yeah.
Everybody knows politicians are worse than used car salesmen. They're going to lie to you. They're going to give you false promises and false hopes. So you vote for them and they don't do what they promised
Right.
ever.
Yeah.
You know, you got our secret government, our shadow government running things in the background, telling these people what to do. And these people just keep lying and lying and
Yeah.
lying.
Yeah.
And we keep suffering and suffering. And things could change. If they really wanted to help this country, they could help us so quickly. They really, really could. Instead of hurting it, taxing us, you know, it,
Well, you hit the nail right on the head. If they wanted to help us. All right. They've had plenty of opportunities, right?
right,
Who's created
exactly.
the problems? I wonder.
What was that, Sue?
Who's created the problems? They have. They don't want the
Yeah, well,
city.
it's the rich.
Yeah.
It's the rich and the powerful that own everything. You know,
Right.
black, all of them. They you know, the 13
Yeah.
families, the richest 13 families that control the world.
Yeah.
And it's just organized crime.
Yeah.
But you know, they went after England, took their weapons away. They went after Australia, took their weapons away. They went after Canada, took their weapons away. I'll probably be killed when they try to take my weapons away.
They are
I
trying.
will fight to my death to my Second Amendment right to protect myself from these criminals in our
Right.
government.
Right.
Straight up, people. And it's great. And you people on Facebook, me and Sue Greenwald are live on Awaken Stories right on YouTube. So if you don't want to see my half screen and you want to see the beautiful Sue Greenwald and me side by side, go to YouTube, check it out, and you'll get the real effect of the show.
They that was cute the way you said that. They've created the problem. They're trying to take the guns away here in the US. They create these false flag events with the school shootings and this and that.
And I've
And they
been there.
make
I've
people
seen
all
people programmed.
upset. And then they want to take the guns away. And that's how they gain the public support. And they've been doing this forever, basically. And so that's why one corrupted influencer can influence the population into believing something that's not true. And when you got the whole news system doing it, you've got every influencer, every movie star, every entertainer, every this, every that doing the same thing. No wonder people are programmed, right? They can't entertain that maybe something they've been told is not the truth. So,
And for everybody that's new here
yeah,
and new on Facebook, this doll is me at 3 years old. That's a famous salute. That doll is me at 3. My father was taken away from me at 3 years old. But in that short time, the memories are few. But one memory I had is we were all, as a family, told what to do for photo ops. Everything was a photo op. I was taken to a golf course. My father was playing golf, and I was so young. But when the federal agent dropped me off to run to my father for a photo op, it was the most beautiful green grass I had ever experienced in my new lifetime. I don't know how old I was, maybe 2 years old or whatever, but we were all controlled. They took my father out because he was saying, I don't like the control over we the people.
Yeah.
That's why they took my father out. And if you go to the Quiet Journey and you hear my father's speech, he explains that. And that's why he was taken out. But it's all controlled. So, but when they killed my father, it was the takeover. It was a big, huge mafia war within our government. The United States is a big prize. So they started killing my loved ones secretly. They wanted Bobby in public. They wanted my father in public because identity theft, just like the name of my book,
Right.
it's what they do. These people run the country. They don't have police policing them. They are the police. They cover all their crimes up. So they secretly unalive my family members so they could go in control of the Kennedys that were in charge at the time. So they've been putting in the Reagans, the Nixons, and the Obamas and Clintons and Bushes and Trumps ever since. Your vote has not mattered ever since because you got two parties, Democratic, Republican. By the time you go to vote, organized crime already has placed these people that will work for them in power. They get promised the riches, all the riches in the world, but you're the Democratic Party, you're the Republican Party. So when you go to the polls and you say, I want to vote for Donald Trump, it doesn't matter. It's all rigged, all rigged. And one of the biggest things that exposed, and so many people are awake to the fake assassination attempt where he was shot in the ear. That was done prior to the election. That was put on every single news channel for day after day after day. Donald Trump's assassination. It was a photo op, just like me here, doing the salute at 3 years old. That staged event was a photo op. So the whole world heard Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Oh my God. They tried to kill Donald Trump. When we go to the polls, we're going to stamp Donald Trump on our ballot. And that's how it's done. And that's how you got a criminal in government right now. Now, the whole Charlie Kirk thing, that's crazy too, people. If you go in that rabbit hole, you won't come out because it's endless bullshit. Endless. There is this and that and this. No crime tape, no crime scene, no autopsy. The whole Charlie Kirk thing, the auditorium they rented prior to his death to have a Donald Trump rally, not a Charlie Kirk memorial, but a Charlie Kirk rally. And it all ties into the pedophiles, the child trafficking ring, all the way to Charlie Kirk's wife. And it's huge, people, for the photo ops to build them up in power. And we need to see that, hey, they are the Satanists. They are the cabal. And we are worshiping, waving the Donald Trump flags for the cabal. It's craziness. And I feel sorry for you preachers and you pastors in the Bible Belt and everything that, oh, Trump, Trump, Trump. You're lost, you're confused, you're blinded by the lies that you have been told. And they're all lies and deception to deceive you, to make this country a one world order, to enslave us all. Me, you, all the viewers, and I hope you are willing to share, follow, and support. Buy a book, get some information, and yeah.
Think of it this way too. All right. You have Aristotle Onassis, one of the richest men in the world at the time, billionaire, tons of money, tons of money, tons of power. Of course, he's in organized crime, has a son. The son is kind of kept in the background, but then he's put into John's place, in control of the Kennedy fortune.
You know, the whole
Oh,
Aristotle thing was so confusing.
yeah.
I was thinking about something that happened in Greece when I was there. Um, Aristotle had a convoy, just like Trump has, with the big black cars. That was Aristotle Onassis. When Aristotle Onassis pulled up somewhere, there was five big black cars. Aristotle's car had the flags in the front, one on each fender, flying it, you know, the Greek flag or whatever it was. Um, but that convoy, we stopped at a pullout. So these picture this, these five cars, and I've never shared this story with anybody, but we all stopped and we all got out. I was talking to the chauffeur, and every time he stopped, he would wax the car. So I was like, "How do you get this thing so shiny?" He said, "You just keep putting wax layers, keep waxing it." But this is one reason why I believe there was three Aristotle Onassis. I saw one beat to death with an axe right here in Bullhead City, Arizona. Bullhead City was their hideout. It was a place these rich people could get away and be out in the middle of the desert and not be bothered. But anyway, Bullhead City was their hideout, just like old Western days, you know. You get these people and they want to hide out, they come out to the desert. But we all pulled, all these black cars pulled up in this little like kind of like a rest area, but this was in Greece. And I got out, I was talking to the chauffeur, and then these other bodyguards or whatever you want to call them were all standing around. And I believe it was Wayne. He said, "Okay, this is where we're going to kill Aristotle Onassis." And I went, "What?" And they all grabbed Aristotle Onassis, put him in a car. He was already in a car, but they put him in a car, and then they drove away. But Wayne made me stay there all by myself. So I'm at this rest stop, John Kennedy Jr. The caravan that I was just with just drove away with Aristotle Onassis, and they had said they're going to go kill the man. And I'm sitting there on this log. It was like a log that was there. I was sitting on this log. By what I remember, you know, this was 50 years ago anyway. 50, yeah, a little over 50 years ago. But they had just said they're going to go kill Aristotle Onassis. And all his bodyguards turned on him right then and there. I've seen that done before. So our Secret Service and organized crime places their members all around that person. The person thinks they're safe, they're protected, but there's somebody in charge of them all that gives them orders. That's our shadow government. But anyway, I'm sitting here on this log, and I think it was about an hour. I was just sitting there waiting, like, how come nobody's coming up to pick me up? Why am I just sitting here all by myself? Yeah. And then finally, Wayne just pulled up, and I was like, "Did they really?" And he wouldn't answer me. I was like, "Did they really kill Aristotle Onassis?" So that was a story out of my book that hasn't been in my book because I don't think I've ever shared that. But I do believe there was three Aristotle Onassises because there was an Aristotle Onassis. Me, John, and the fake Caroline were in a boat, and it was like a big lake by what I remember. Maybe it was ocean, just a calm ocean. But I was there, and Aristotle Onassis was so freaking mean to me. He grabbed me by the arm, and he threw me on the ground, and I was like, "That's not the Aristotle Onassis I know. The Aristotle Onassis I really knew was a nice guy to me." But this guy was there, and that's when Caroline, the fake Caroline, and John were in the boat, and they said Caroline basically said, "We don't want to see you ever again because we're going to have to kill you." But that Aristotle Onassis was being mean. So they use identity theft with their plastic surgery, and it's really confusing. It's especially when you don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know, I mean, if I would have known when my fake mom was getting her dental work, getting her plastic surgery, pretending to be my mom, if I would have known they were planning to kill my mom, maybe I wouldn't have been alive because I would have protested and screamed and kicked and but they don't tell you until after you see your mother there shot 3 times and the new Jackie Kennedy Onassis pop up. But they unalived my mother. They replaced my mother. Now you got to think how big these people are at the top, at the very top of the crime ring. That can actually get a human being, have them do dental work, plastic surgery, and say, "You're going to be this person." And if you're not, we'll kill you. We'll just kill you. That's how they work. You're doing it for the government. You're doing it for the great cause, and you're doing it because you'll get wealthy and you'll be a very powerful person. So a lot of these people they get are probably poor as dirt poor, but they go with the program because they don't want to be unalive. They don't want to be dead by the. There's no police to police these people. They get away with murder. They have no police to police them. Donald Trump is getting away with murder right now. He really is. The Epstein files are bigger than you can even imagine. I already, I lived it. I lived in this cult that they do. And I got to shut up.
No, no, no. You just kind of blown my mind. About how old were you when you did that thing with the rest stop with Aristotle? Were you like a young teen?
Like 13, 14.
Okay. Okay.
That was right around the time that his son was killed.
Mm.
Maybe it was right before that. But yeah, I'm thinking 13 years old.
Okay. Okay.
So that would have been 1973, that I was sitting there at that rest stop when they said they're going to go kill the original Aristotle Onassis.
Okay. Yeah.
But that was everyday shit with me. They were always fucking with me.
Yeah.
All the time that kind of crap was going on.
So from that point, you didn't know if you were dealing with an original or one of the clones or the doubles, whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
well, like when I got thrown on the grass that day,
Yeah.
grabbed by the arm and swung around and thrown on the grass and being screamed at
Yeah.
for being some stupid punk kid. I don't think that was the real Aristotle Onassis.
Right. Right. You told me that there were two others. One was mean. One was really mean to you, and the other one kind of wanted you dead. And the original you thought was the nicer of the three.
Yeah.
That's what you had said before. But
But I was sitting. Actually, there was a pool. We were poolside when I was a kid, and Aristotle was there with his bodyguards. And I was sitting there, and I remember Aristotle Onassis telling his bodyguards to go ahead and kill someone.
wow.
It was mafia. I was just a kid, but that's the way they operate.
Well, so consider this then. We don't know what happened to the real one. If he died before Bullhead
I
City
know
was.
he's not alive to this day. I can assure you
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But look what they tried to do. They put his son, who's already like heir to billions, in charge of the Kennedy fortune. And look what happened there. It got
There's
drained.
so many crazy things to my story that I still don't understand.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's a picture of Christina, my stepsister. I believe it's Bobby. It's at an airport, but you can see her face is so stressful.
Yeah.
And I believe it was Bobby Kennedy had her by the arm and was pointing his finger like he was demanding her to do something. This was my stepsister.
Uh-huh.
This was one of the richest lady children in the world. Her father was this Greek billionaire, organized crime tycoon. He was huge, but she was in tears. But prior to that, and that was a picture that jogged my memory because we were in a house. We were both on MK Ultra, and I'm talking about. I loved my sister Christina. I really did, but she was a mental wreck. They fucked with her just like they fucked with me. They do this mental shit. But she was in tears. She was sobbing. She was crying. She was like one of the worst situations I've ever seen somebody in, and she was in that. And I said, "Sister, what the fuck?" And she said, "They just had me kill my own father."
Whoa.
That was coming right from Christina Onassis.
Do you think she was under MK Ultra
Oh yeah,
like you? So she was
yeah,
basically treated similarly to how you were. Uh,
yeah. They
like
all are. They all are. It's total control over people. It's bigger than people can even
Yeah.
imagine. The control at the top to run this country, to run the world. Um, they plan things ahead. They got books that they go by. It's like directions.
Right.
You got somebody sitting at a freaking table and they say, we're going to do this, 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 and this. They plan it out and they're powerful enough to carry that out. Just like when they said, we're going to make Donald Trump president of the United States. That was planned before he became president. And they have these plans, and we need to bust their fucking bubble. We need to kick them in the balls because their plans are to harm us, to make us slaves, to pay them so they can put their family members in the top circle of the world where we work for them. And I don't want to be a slave. I've been a slave my whole life and trying to get my story out and everything else. I'm trying to do this to wake people up. You don't want your children and your family and your loved ones to be slaves to this organized crime ring that have no problem murdering and killing children, unaliving people so they can be rich and powerful. And that's what I'm screaming. That's what's going on in this world. And I'm the son of an assassinated president telling you so. And I'm not just popping up. I didn't make this shit up. I didn't just wake up this morning and say, I want to be John Kennedy today. I would rather not, I was, but I'm in it for life. I got a responsibility now to share what the fuck is going on because lives matter. And that's what I'm doing. I can't stop. I'll be letting all my followers and loved ones down because my story needs to get out. People need to realize, well, hey, if they can do this, if they can take the son of an assassinated president, grab him by the arm, throw him on the ground, and tell him he's got to suck dick. That's what they do. And I need to share that's what they do. You know, all the way to being thrown in a freaking dog cage, beat, bloody, thrown in a dog cage. Watch my mother rip. I got to stop. My heart is going crazy because of the truth. It's pretty
Yeah.
emotional.
Don't
But
get, yeah,
please
yeah.
share my story, people. It's that important, not only to me, but to you. It really is.
Agreed. So one of the things they had planned, and we're like, of course, the election was a big deal here in the US. They were bringing out an unknown John F. Kennedy Jr. So there's several people claiming to be him. Okay.
Yeah,
And
it's crazy. It is so, it blows my mind what they're doing.
yeah, and they
Um,
don't show their face, nor can they tell the story of where the heck have they been for 25 years, right?
yeah, it's all spin by what I can figure out. Because if John Kennedy Jr. was not dead on that airplane, which he was, in 1999, George Onassis, my stepbrother, Aristotle's bastard son, died on that plane. Why did he die on that plane? Because he fucked up. He murdered some people. Him and his wife murdered some people they shouldn't have. And the mafia found out about it, and the mafia was pissed. Now, with that said, John Kennedy Jr., the whole world knew, took him 3 times to get his law degree. He wasn't that fucking bright, people. Actually, I think he was pretty fucking stupid. But he got away with stealing my identity because these people are that powerful they can unalive you. Why didn't I come out? Because that stupid motherfucker was best friends with Donald Trump. That stupid motherfucker was best friends with Bill and Hillary Clinton. That motherfucker was best friends with Ted Kennedy, Robert Kennedy. The crime ring thickens. They had the power to unalive you. But what did John do? He messed up. Now, with that said, he became a lawyer. Then organized crime made him a lawyer. They probably paid off whoever, just said, after 3 times, give him his bar, give him his law degree or whatever. But Henry brought this to my attention because John told me one time, George Onassis, the man that stole my identity told me one time he wanted to run New York City. He wanted to be like the Teflon Don, John Gotti, but he wanted to run the organized crime in New York City. They made him a district attorney. I want you to think about this, people. This man stole my identity. Organized crime made him a DA. of New York City. At what time did they make him a DA? When John Gotti fell. Did he, wanting to be the next John Gotti, take out John Gotti so he could take over John Gotti's business? I knew them all. I knew John Gotti. I was pushed on the ground by John Gotti's security guard when I was young. He threw me on the ground and said, "Don't disrespect this man. He's a boss." Yeah. So put the puzzles together. It's all organized crime, and it's huge within our government. If they want you, expose you. If you screw them, like John screwed the mob because he wanted to climb that ladder and get too high. You kill people, you climb the ladder. That's organized crime, how it works. You take over their business. You unalive people, climb up the ladder, you become the boss. That's how it works in our government. It's crazy huge. And I'm sharing how it works and what I personally saw. But he and his wife, unalived, I believe it was Jackie. Bill Clinton, the fake Jackie, the Jackie Kennedy that replaced my mother. They're sharing all this money, these millions and millions of dollars that
Right.
isn't theirs because they were put in the spotlight. My mom was shot in 1975. They replaced her with a body double. So now this body double has millions of dollars, but John wanted those millions of dollars. Him and his wife were greedy. So they killed her. They poisoned Jackie Kennedy. Bill Clinton, Jackie Kennedy's lover, found out about it. Yeah, who is president of the United States? There you go.
Right.
I'm sharing what I know.
Right.
If you try to take out a family member in organized crime, you got to pay the price. You got to be strong enough. If you take out somebody like Jackie Kennedy, you got to take out her friends. You got to take out everybody. John Gotti, I heard him say, once you start killing for your family, you got to keep killing over and over. You can't stop killing. That came from John Gotti. But he ended up in the ocean. He's not coming back. I know he's not coming back because I was there. They had me on that plane. They wanted to end us all. An end of story. God saved my life. People saved my life. My smarts and my brains saved my life and my training. And I'm here to share it with you of what really goes on in government, what really goes on with this organized crime ring that runs and owns our government. And the key is they want you as a slave. They want me as a slave. They want everybody to pay up to them so they can control you, your money. But they're tightening the screws on our freedom, people. They
It's
really,
true.
really are.
Yep.
And it's not looking good.
Yep.
And we need to take our country back from this evil regime that's been going on since 1963 when they said, we're taking things over. We're in charge. We're in control.
You need to start breathing deep.
Yeah, well, I got heart failure. And, I keep saying I don't have heart failure. But when I get rambling, I just,
Yep.
it's like my heart stops.
Yep. Yep. I wanted to go in more of a different direction today, but we'll do that next week. All right. So
I'm sorry, Sue. I took up all
no,
the time.
no. But so for the new people, like there's plenty of information out there. The website has great content, the books and the documentary. The documentary is literally 1 hour, and you can get the story there in 1 hour. Get the whole story.
Yeah,
And
you'll
then,
get the whole gist of what happened, what's really going on.
yeah.
And you people on Facebook, once again, please subscribe, please join. I make videos just about every day. Sometimes I can't handle it and I just say fuck it for the day, but I share news stories just like I did with Sue today.
Yep. Yep.
Just about every time. I got a lifetime. I'm 64 years old, and this was me when I was 3. And I survived this evil, many attempts on my life, bullets grazing, being poisoned, and yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, many attempts on my life over the years, even in the plane crash in 99. So you don't know this story. So if you don't know this story, you're lucky that you're hearing it now. Share it. Join me on Facebook for updated news, follow me. Let's get the biggest channel on Facebook. YouTube just kind of put me in a bubble. They don't want the truth out on YouTube because they're
That's true.
bought and paid for, just like the mainstream media. Fox News is totally cabal, totally corrupt. If you want to get brainwashed, go there because all they do is tell you how great the biggest asshole in the world is. And they'll lie to you over and over again. And that's Fox News. And you heard it from John Kennedy Jr.
Yep.
And I personally know this. I knew Sean Hannity as a child. We we knew each other, met each other. But he went to school with me. Sean Hannity. They built him up, just like I said, they built children up in their crime ring, and they put him at Fox News. And then you got these other guys saying, "Yeah, we should just, all the homeless, we should just lethally inject them all." And then Donald Trump sweeps them out of New York. Washington. They could fix this homeless problem so freaking easy. Instead of our National Guard going into these towns and cities that there's nothing going on. They're making this shit up. They're making it up to make it seem like there's a crisis. Instead of doing that, send the National Guard in to some government land. Have them set up little cities and say, homeless, come get a meal, and we'll protect you. Instead of turning the National Guard on us, they had them fucking cleaning up yard. We're doing yard work. Our National Guard. They could be setting up these little cities in every major city around America so easily. And Donald Trump, just get rid of them. Put them on a bus, send them far, far away, and that came out of his own mouth. No, let's help these people. But these people are homeless because you all know the price of rent nowadays is freaking crazy. You got so many people living in their cars. There's so many empty homes. And we need to get these people in homes one way or another. One way or another, we need to get them in a home. We need to start making America really great again and not just talking about it. Not just talking about it. It's all talk and all bullshit being done about it. And our veterans and our homeless. And we're America. Let's change America for the better and quit just rambling on to fill these billionaires' pockets full of fucking green.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah. And the homeless problem is created by the cost of rent, the mortgage rate, the cost of food, which is being controlled and driven up. Again, incrementalism. Let's turn that dial up, cause more pain, cause more hardship, and we're all just hanging in there, right?
Literally, and this is no bullshit. I was literally homeless my whole life. Luckily, I was a truck driver and I could get a job. If the heat got too heavy on me, I could just walk off that job as a truck driver, go across the country and get another job the same day where I was able to eat. Luckily, I was able to sleep in that truck on the road day after day after day. Sometimes in those 30 years or whatever it was, I would save up enough money and I'd buy a little camper trailer and put it in a little trailer park somewhere so I could have a place called home. But in all those years, I really only had one apartment. I stayed with girlfriends here and there to have a shelter, but boy, did they fuck me over. And I know what it's like to be homeless. I know how to struggle once you're down, the struggle. So let somebody get with me and let's freaking fix the problem instead of sweeping them up in a bus somewhere so they can't be seen.
Yeah.
It's crazy what our government did to me. It's crazy what they're doing to America.
Well,
The great, all this money they're sending off to pay for people's this and pay for people's that. And they could fix that problem right here and put these people to work. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I really learned from you is why they do this. And it's all about money and control. And, why would they spend the time and the trouble to take over someone's life, like what they've done for you? And it's all about gaining control of their assets, their business, their money, their this, their that, whatever it might be, and their influence to sway public opinion. Very important, non-tangible item there, right?
I was actually at a truck stop And I was sitting there and I had tears in my eyes. I kept repeating that quote, I'm at peace with my thoughts and my deeds, happy, healthy, with an excellent memory. When I'd start to go crazy, I'd just repeat that over and over again and calm down, try to get my head together. But I was thinking about a murder, and I was trying to solve that murder. I've done that so much, and find the pieces of the puzzle and tie all these members of the cabal together. And I was sitting there, and it just popped in my head, money, because I kept saying, why? Why was this person killed?
Yeah.
Why did they do this to this
Yeah.
person? And then money popped in my head.
Yeah.
And, to this day, when I can't figure out something, I go, why? And then you think of the greenback, and it's like, well, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're seeing that, but we're seeing it in the outer world. So your story is crucial to get out there for your benefit as well, for you
Yeah.
to have vindication, for
Or,
people, but people need to understand that you're not the only one out there that's gone through something like this.
yeah. I'm sharing my story, and I don't know how to word it, to benefit my life, but benefit others' lives, to get the truth out, what's really going on. But is it really going to benefit me? I think that when my story gets too big and people all wake up, um, I think I'm really going to have more problems and want to be that caveman again. I
Well,
do. I'm not looking for riches or fame. I'm looking for peace. Peace in my heart, peace with a fishing pole on the side of a river or a lake, in a lazy chair. I'm already getting freaking gray as hell. And nurse my heart up, drink a protein shake, and just chill.
yeah.
But I really think me sharing my story, trying to get the truth out to the world, is really going to be fucked up in the end for me.
Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but I want to talk about your healing center, and maybe we'll do that next time. Let's talk
Yeah,
about that because, you know, everyone's like hoping you'll get into politics, okay? Because you have a great empathy for the people. You've been on the wrong side of everything. You want to be on the right side and help those behind you.
what people need to realize about politics, if you want a good, honest president, there's not going to be news briefings every day. Um, it's going to be kept secret because organized crime will try to get control of the government. So if you have a good-hearted, kind-hearted person for the people, they're going to be attacked all the time
Right.
to corrupt them. So the way it's done right now, it'll all have to change and be done in secret. We're going to help these people. We're just going to do it, and we're not going to come on at the White House and say, yeah, today we're going to do this for these people, and one big photo op. We're just going to do it and make this
Right.
country a better
Right.
place.
Yeah.
So it would definitely be. I would not be on Fox News 5 times a day saying we need to do this and we need to do that. No, we would just need to do it and fix
Right.
things, and then Fox News could share it. Oh, John Kennedy assholes again! I can hear it now, but no, it would have to be, do what you got to do. Don't sit there and advertise, and don't hate. Don't spread hate to telling all Americans they're fucked up. There's this problem, that problem. It's no, we're moving ahead. We're going to do this great thing and that great thing, and we're not going to advertise it, but you'll see it in the future as we grow as Americans, getting rid of the crime ring that's there now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we would really have to empty a lot of the innocent people out of prisons so we could put the guilty in prisons. When I was young, this was 1988. I had one of the best Secret Service agents, CIA agents, whatever he was. He had 3 different aliases, very intelligent, spoke all kinds of languages. He, and this reminds me of what Hillary Clinton said, because he said there's not enough room in the prisons for all the guilty people at the top. And then Hillary Clinton said, if I go to prison, half of Washington's going to go to prison because they're all that corrupt too.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you right now, it's more than half.
More than half.
I would have to say 90% of the politicians are on the take. They are run by the cabal. They are told what to do for us, and we're all getting screwed.
I agree
See,
with that. I agree with that. And it's not a good feeling, is it? that we've trusted in people and we don't really have control. We have to, we're in the system, right? So we trust that which we're taught our whole lives about how great the country is, how great the system is. The system is broken. The system doesn't
It's
function.
very, very, very broken, Sue.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And these people, they're scared. But it's a cult. It's a crime ring. They're taught people die that talk. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to do what I'm doing right now. You got people in Hollywood. You got people in government. They can't say, hey, Donald Trump is a criminal and he needs to be put away for his crimes against
Right.
humanity.
Right.
Hillary and Bill, Obama, all of them, they have done crimes against the people, humanity. And we need to charge them for that. Not just say, Hillary, you're locked up. Not having Trump say, oh, look at Obama, look at Biden, and pointing his finger backwards. They're not the president now. He shouldn't be pointing his finger at them now. He should be looking forward at what we're going to do, the problems that we have, not
Right.
going back into history, bringing up old shit. Yeah, they all need to be in prison, every single one of them. But let's do that when we get rid of Trump.
Well, I don't think we have much longer to wait for that, to be honest, but it's going to be fun
And
watching
I
it.
get the haters for speaking the truth. I really do.
Yeah.
And half of them, I think, are bots and trolls and paid for. But I get so much hate just for sharing the truth. It's like these people are going to go to their grave flying their flag for a pedophile, for a criminal, for somebody in charge that's president that they put in office. They put him there. Your vote didn't put him there. They put him there. And it's crazy that they're trying to take all our freedoms away.
Right.
They're testing the waters with ice. How long before they go door to door, busting in our doors, taking our weapons from us? Hello, people. That's my huge concern.
Right.
That it comes down to these people that are in charge of us, putting us on boxcars, taking us to the fucking death camps. It's huge. And I believe it's all they're just warming up, testing the waters. Testing the waters. It's one thing to invade a country like the United States when you have Russia showing up on the West Coast and you have China showing up on the East Coast with all their battleships and all their billions of troops to invade us. It's much easier for them just to take us out at the top.
They've already invaded. Like it's already happened. It's happened like what, 60, 70 years ago or more. It's already happened. They're already in the house, as you'd say. Okay, but we just don't know about it. We're just finding out about it.
We can do something if we get the truth out, if we can build an army. It's constitutional.
Yep.
It's our constitutional right when we see them fucking up and we see the evil crimes that they do against humanity, that we can do something about it. It's our right, our constitutional right to do it. And, when I say that, I wait for people to come in here and bust down my door and say I can't be talking shit like that. But it's my constitutional right to say what I feel and what I've learned. And I've learned that being the son of an assassinated president that was assassinated by our government, that I'm speaking out against, that we need to change. Yeah, that was a long-winded on that one.
All right, all right. I feel like we're a good wrapping up place for today. Totally went off in a different direction than I planned. It's all good. We're getting the info out there. So thank you all
we
for
never have
watching.
scripts or anything, Sue. I know, but we were going to talk about something different, and I started rambling and not stopping. I guess that's good when I got the energy up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Sue, after we're done here, Sue sends me the recorded thing so I can share it on my YouTube. I'll share it on my Facebook, and you can see the whole thing on Sue Greenwald Awakened Stories. Please follow us. Please follow Sue's account. Please follow each other. Let's build an army of truthers, the real truthers, and not just using the word truth. Thanks, Facebook. Appreciate the shares and the follows. I see a lot of wonderful people on here, Cindy, Mojo, and your comments. It's hard for me to see, but I love you guys. Have a great day, and share. Love you.
You're good?
I'm good.
Thank you all for watching, and thank you for all you